What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and I mentioned this in a prior video, but it seems like every time I step away from covering the news just for a couple of days, something crazy happens. And for the last couple of days, I was stepped away. I was trying to relax, just trying to do my own thing, and of course, a lot of crazy stuff happened once again. Now, as I already talked about in a prior video, there is a new global health emergency. That's right. On the day that I decide, hey, I'm not going to cover the news, I'm going to relax, all of a sudden a new global health emergency was announced. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about another global, national emergency, another crazy story that is being swept right under the rug. And of course, this news broke as I was chilling, trying not to cover the news for a couple of days. But apparently, the biggest hack in American history just happened. This is a story that affects all of us. Yes, you, and you over there in the back. This story affects all of us. So often, I think you all watch these videos just like I watch other people's videos, and we think in our mind, hey, this is crazy, but at least it's not affecting me. Okay, this is a crazy news story that's going on over there, affecting the people over there. Well, folks, this is a shared experience that we're all sharing right now, regardless if you know it or not. But you see, the social security number and other personal information of every single American has been stolen, and our information is being leaked and sold online as we speak. Yes, you. Yes, me. You watching this video, you probably didn't even know this was going on. I know some of you all do. But a lot of you have no idea this is going on. But right now, as we speak, for some reason, they're not making a big deal about this, but your personal information has been stolen. The social security number of every American, along with our addresses and other information, it's been stolen, and it's being sold, and it's being leaked online as we speak. And it's crazy because this should be the number one news story in America right now, but it's not. But let's go ahead and see what's going on. Hacker group steals the personal information of billions of people several years ago from a data broker. A member of the group reportedly has been sharing most of the sensitive data on an online forum for stolen data. The data includes 2.7 billion records of personal information from Americans, including their social security numbers, physical addresses, and all types of other information as well. Now, who is behind the data theft? A hacking group called USDOD claimed in April to have stolen personal records from national public data in a massive data breach. Let's pause right there. So they stole this information in April. It is August, and we're just now hearing about this? Why are we hearing about something that happened in April and August? I get that maybe now they're trying to sell this information, and now some of this information is leaking. But if you knew this information was stolen in April, why wasn't it breaking news then? Why are we waiting until August to alert people? It's like you knew our information was stolen, and now you're telling us now that people are finding out, hey, my information is getting leaked on these online forums. Really weird, right? Really weird. But let's go forward. The NPD, the National Public Data, is a platform that offers personal information to employers, private investigators, staffing agencies, and others doing background checks. So let's pause right there. Did any of you all give the NPD the right to have your personal information? I know I didn't. I never sat down and was like, hey, you know what? NPD, Sure, you can have all my information and you can give it to random people when they ask. I don't think any of us agree to that. But right here, my first time knowing that all of my information is in this database is now. A lot of people are finding out, hey, wait, we're in your database for what? So all of our information is being stored by these people, and they can't even properly protect our information. So our information is getting hacked and getting stolen. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with you. We're not doing anything wrong. These people are playing with our lives. They're playing with our livelihood. They're playing with our sensitive information, and you name it. And it's really sickening when you think about it, because for one, y'all don't have any business having this information. For two, you kind of got this information against our will, and you're being reckless with it. And you're not even announcing when your websites and, what have you are getting hacked, and you're having these data breaches where our information is getting stolen. You're not even telling anyone until someone goes on an online forum and sees their personal information getting sold to the highest bidder in a foreign country. It's really weird stuff going on. Well, let's go forward. So the MPD is a platform. We got through that. Now, the US DoD offered to sell the stolen records, which included personal data for everyone in the US, UK, and Canada, to a forum of hackers. The US DoD has been seeking $3.5 million for the entire database of records. So here now we find out it's not just the US, it's the UK and Canada. So basically every person watching this video is most likely affected by this. I have a lot of viewers in Canada, got a lot of viewers in the UK. I got viewers in other parts of the world, but I think it's safe to assume that 99% of the people watching this video have had their data stolen and sold recently. It's being sold as we speak. And there's really not much, if anything, that we can do about this. It's absolutely insane when you think about it. Now, as I mentioned, I think this should be the biggest news story in America right now, but it's not, because the mainstream media is too busy brown-nosing Kamala Harris. But luckily, some local, smaller media outlets have picked up on the story. Let's take a listen.
A major hack followed by a leak means some of your most sensitive personal information may already be exposed.
And we are talking about Social Security numbers and more. Fox 5's Josh Rosenthal tonight in Northwest with what you need to know.
Your Social Security number, my Social Security number, all of our Social Security numbers potentially hacked.
Is this legit that every American's Social Security number may be out there?
Yeah, it's very possible.
Here's the deal. A group of hackers reportedly claims to have stolen nearly 3 billion records of personal information, including names, Social Security numbers, and addresses. Then it was all leaked. It's believed the information comes from a business called National Public Data, which, according to its website, is used by other companies to obtain criminal records, background checks, and more.
I think people should be very upset about this. They should ask, why is this company, why do they have all of that information? And when they had it, who was making sure that they were protecting it?
Lou Raban, CEO of Cyber Defense Group, told us this is a big deal and Americans should be concerned. However, he also acknowledged that because this type of thing seems to happen so frequently, a lot of people, including some we talked to Wednesday in Northwest, have what Raban refers to as breach fatigue.
I try to be concerned, but it's really difficult nowadays. Like, it's impossible.
You kind of feel like your information's already out there.
Yeah, I think so.
We did reach out to that company, National Public Data, looking for comment, but so far, we've yet to hear back. Guys.
After covering the news for the last couple of years, I always say nothing really surprises me anymore. But there is one thing that will never stop surprising me. And that's how the news cycle works. How fast and how quickly it moves along. How quickly people lose interest in certain stories. How quickly a huge story can just disappear. And it's always interesting watching how people will not have any interest at all in some of the biggest news stories that affect everyone. You know, sometimes people just don't care at all. And then you have these news stories that you don't think people should care about that people obsess over. And I can tell you right now that for the most part, people are obsessing over the wrong news stories. People are focused on news stories that don't really matter. People are focused on so much stuff that doesn't really matter. Meanwhile, there's so much stuff that does matter that's happening and no one cares. Like this news story, for example. I think everyone should be making a big deal about this because it's not just you affected. It's not just you. Every single one of us. And this is one of those weird news stories where, you know, we're finding out that our personal information has been hacked, stolen, and sold. And at the same time, we're finding out, wait, there's these corporations collecting our information. I never knew this corporation was collecting my information for it to be stolen in the first place. And then it really feels weird. It really feels kind of personal when you really think about it. I feel like in the modern age, we are so disconnected from our personal information that our personal information doesn't feel personal. But it's like some organization has collected our info and they're making millions, if not billions of dollars off of our info that we never agreed to give to them. And people are stealing our info from them. You know, they're not coming and stealing our info from us. They're stealing our info from people who we didn't even know had our info in the first place. Now that's scary. And it's really messed up the more you think about it. But unfortunately, people aren't going to think about it much because when you think about these things, it's depressing. You don't want to have to worry about this stuff. Just like this guy said, people got fatigued from this stuff now. People are so fatigued by this that no one cares that the personal information for every citizen of America, UK, and Canada has been stolen and sold and getting auctioned off, and no one gives a damn. No one gives a damn. And no one gives a damn that our information was being collected by this organization in the first place that a lot of us didn't even know existed until right now. But that's the news for you. And like I said, it will never fail to surprise me when it comes to how little interest is shown in stuff like this. And I believe that this will probably be the last that we even hear about this situation. I'll continue looking into things. Maybe I'll have an update, maybe not. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.